Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review in Summoners War. Today we are in Global Server in Grybro's account. This one is a little surprising because if you look at the record, he's been playing for 1,300 days. Currently this account is an F2 account. That is fairly low, right? It's not even F3, means there is something wrong. Or he's just farming for arena points, which is a good thing. I actually do appreciate accounts that at least try their best to get the most arena points for them to improve, for them to level up their towers. So if that's the case, that's great. This account did tell me that his main focus is arena and RTA. And seeing the record right now, I want to say that RTA is a pretty long shot, but I might be wrong. Again, he might just be a player that was improving his towers. He also wants to know a solo R5 team, if I can recommend one, and also he wants me to check out his arena offense and defense. So with these understandings, let's go into his box. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. So his box is not that big. He did tell me that he has a good amount of Devilmon saved up. So when I talk about his RTA box, I will be giving out recommendation based off of the units and not the skill ups, because he can scale them up if he really wants to. So I guess this is the last unit to level 40 to 6-star. So it looks like he has a Martina, he has a couple of 5 stars. Actually not that much out here. There's nothing that's a nat 5 out here other than the ones that are not levels, that are not 6-starred. He has the 2 Archangels, he has the Odin, he has the Poseidon, John Bellenis. Okay, he has a lot of nat 5s that are not powered up. And then he also has a lot of other 4 stars that maybe he could build that will help him with solo R5 later. Yes, all his 6 stars are out here, but even with that, it's not a huge box. He does have a Kiki on a Swift build. Interesting. I think Violent is definitely the way to go, but maybe this is telling me that his rune quality is not up there. He does have Leo, so that's great. He does have Tiana. So even though the box is kind of limited, not a huge box compared to the other accounts that we've seen, he does have the 2 core units that you need for arena offense, so you're already a winner there. Let's go take a look at the runes. Let's take a look at Swift first. So slot 1, 19. So I can already tell his GB12, his Swift runes are lacking. 25, that's a good rune. Seeing that these are not being grinded kind of tells me that he's lacking grinds. Actually, he's not. So I would start perfecting these runes, and this one I would be farming for a legend grind. It could be 27. And then the next one is 16. So only 1 fast rune. 24 here with no grinds again, but at least this one's a hero grind on the speed. And then 22, then another 22 on slot 5. That is a hero grind on it. Another 22, and then finally a 24 on slot 6. That is a hero grind. Oh, he has another one that's 24 with another hero grind. So I think he can make one really fast set, and the second set is going to probably be really slow compared to the first one. Well, actually really slow is a bad way to say it. It's going to be pretty slow. Let's go look at his violence set. 20, 19, 28. That's a very good rune. It could be 29. I would actually slap the legend grind here, or you could wait for a legend gem. But I do think I will take out the HP flat and put in a legend defense right there, and then grind everything with legend grinds. And then a 26, so this is another great rune. I definitely see a grind issue. Slot 4 really lacking. I hope your event rune was a slot 4 rune, or maybe it wasn't, or maybe it was and this is what you got. Kind of lackluster though, right? Yeah, I doubt it was this one, right? If you did, that means you took a rune that had a flat stat and it rolled into that flat stat. 16 slot 5, really weak. Okay, and then finally a 26 slot 6, not bad here. This could have been your event rune actually. and then another 22. Pretty efficient. I think your Violent runes are slightly better than your Swift runes. One really fast set, but overall efficiency wise, much better. But that's bound for Violent sets, because really Swift sets you're only chasing speed, while as Violent sets you're chasing for overall efficiency. Will runes 26 slot 1 plus 15 displease. Legend grinds, or at least max hero grinds at the very least. This is a pretty efficient rune, other than the fact that a roll went into resistance and it was a really roll at that as well. So that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that's very unfortunate actually. And then a 15, so one fast rune, 23, then 26 or 27, sorry. This is a very good rune. Start perfecting these runes, because it looks like you do have some good runes. This was a very good one as well. It could be a 29. And will runes are great. This set right now looks the best since you only need 2 runes for a set. Well, slot 6 is really weak. So Violent, Swift, and then Will. I think just because Will runes have more slots that are weaker compared to the Swift set. That's in the order that I would farm. And let's take a look at your Despair set before we go. 24, 18, 25, 15. Wow, slot 5 really weak. And then a 17. Yeah, Despair runes are weak too. So your GB12 runes are relatively weak compared to your Violent and Will set. So I would focus on GB12 to improve the weak slots in Swift, and then to get better runes in general for the Despair set, and then your Will runes, then your Violent runes. But I think all 3 sets in common had some slots that were weaker than your other slots, so you could actually farm any of the 3 dungeons to improve any of your sets. But I would first start with doing your BGR5 or R5 team to get the grinds that you're lacking for those awesome runes that we just saw. And let's take a look at his R5 team. He did want a recommendation for a solo R5 team, and I can give you a recommendation. That doesn't mean it'll work, since I am not an expert in solo R5, but it's just a recommendation. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. Read Reddit posts or look up other YouTube videos. Okay, he has nothing up, so one will definitely be a BGR5 team, right? And I think the common one is this one. I think this is fine. But what I like to do to get more damage off of your Bale team is to switch this with a Unawakened Juno to get your constant branding. I will do this, and it will work exactly the same. Your second team, it will be a dog team. Kind of weird to say it that way, but yes, it is a dog team. These 2 dogs right here, plus one of the Icarus that have a lot of defense, since you want to pull everybody. It looks like everybody has enough. You could just take this one that has the most, just to make sure. Yeah. So there's that, and then you could put in like an attack buffer. I know in one team you would want a Freya. Do you have an Awakened Freya? Looks like you don't. So please get a Freya. It could cleanse everybody when it needs to. In one team there'll be a Hua. That's currently not a 6-star. It could be this team. And I believe there's one more here that will be a big damage dealer. I preferably like the Trickle Revert, so you could just put that in there. And then the last team will be some other really hard-hitting team. This slot is usually the twins. Some people even use the Ken. You could use the Lisa here so that there's a cleanse. Anything that cleanses is really nice, even the aerial. So here, if you don't think the attack buff is good, you could take that out and put in the aerial instead, so that the cleanse comes in. Odin, there you go, there's your Odin, +1. So you have the buffs, right, to get the Odin stacks. What would be a good last one? Actually, this one would be good too, a Naomi, since it does damage based off debuffs. Something like this. Oh wait, no. You need a Shiwa in this last spot, because you need one more lead. So you'll have to build a Shiwa. The best thing is to build a Shiwa. Just build this. You'll have more chances of branding as well. So this is the team I'll run. This middle team is where I'm kind of confused. I don't know if you should really be using the aerial. Maybe you should switch it out like this. This might be better. Yeah, you have to test things around. I think the best thing is to get rid of the aerial and then put a Freya in one of the teams. But that is just my recommendation. It looks like there is a lot you have to build right now. You have to build a Hua. You have to build the Odin, you have to build the Shua, and then you'll have to find the Freya or just work with an aerial. Okay, let's take a look at his arena offense and defense. So I was wrong about him farming for points. It looks like he's getting a 0% in his defense rate. He has a good AO because it's getting almost 90% win rate. Let's take a look at his towers before we see anything. Still a lot of work that needs to be done. Well, actually, most of the important things are done. He just needs the elemental stuff, which are important because this is damage. Like, especially for like the Dark Sanctuary, if he wants to run a Martina Shina, Triana with the Vanessa, you know, it's a pretty safe AO. And if he wants more damage out of that, he needs to level these up, more tankiness, the defense tower. So there is some that are lacking, but not too much. Defense overall doesn't look too bad. Usually here I would take this out and I usually recommend something else, right? Something like the Abelio. But because he doesn't have the Abelio, he's currently running a Praha, which I think is smart. It's pretty good. So let's take a look at the runes. I think this defense is good. He should be going this kind of defense. So if it's Despair Will, I don't think he'll be cutting. So I just think it's better to change this out to double Nemesis Will. And since it's not on Will, it's probably easy to reset. Well, these teams are usually like Tiana food, so that means if they bring a Tiana, you're not gonna have Will anyways. Higher res the better. Higher res the better. Darien 100 resistance, I like that. The tankiness is fine. Okay, not a bad Darien to be honest. Way too squishy though. If it's this squishy, I'd rather just kill the resistance and give it a Will and try to get it much tankier, because right now it's too squishy. I'm pretty sure Triana isn't doing anything. And then Cardinal looks pretty good. Tanky, fast, I like it. Nothing much to say there. See, the team is okay, but the Triana needs work, and I think the Prahas build needs to change. AOs, okay. Interesting. You're going a fast team with the Marinade for your Pung back. I wonder how much damage it does. You could even kill more crit rate because you're getting 24. Unless you're using your Pung back somewhere else. No, you're using it as the lead in every offense. So that means you'll kill the crit rate for more damage, but seeing that it's not scaled up, it's not going to do much anyways. So if you want to use this as a primarily damage dealer, you'll have to scale it up. So you have a slow offense here with the Leo, that's good, a second turn offense. Your Christina, not scaled up, and I doubt this is tanky enough, but it's on Rage Will. Your offense is going to work right now because you are in Fighter 2, but I'm pretty sure it's going to start failing once you start climbing because skill ups are pretty big. Skill ups are pretty big. This is a lot of damage. So if you want to really use them in arena offense and win with them, I will start devil mounting them. You have a fast one, you have a slow one. I like what you're doing. I think it'll work. I just think it's more of a skill up issue if these are not working. So nothing much to say there. I think you're doing the right thing. Right, turn order seems right as well. Yeah. Yep. Very, very good. Very, very good. Let me just check this. See if the turn order here is correct. That's fast. Okay, I'm pretty sure this turn order is not right. Because your Tiana is 288 speed, and then your Pung back is 216 speed. That's an 80 speed difference or 70 speed difference. I don't think the boost is enough for your Pung back to move. You'll have to make your Pung back faster. And that means you have to make your Galleon faster. Oh, your Galleon is pretty fast. So you can see that your Galleon is 250. So it should be going next after the Tiana. But is your Zeros going next? Is your Zeros on Swift too? It is. Still kind of slow. It should be at least, well, I don't know what the lowest speed it could be, but you should look at your speed tuner and see what your Zeros and Pung back needs to be to move, or else you're gonna get cut for sure. I mean, there's a good chance that it might even get cut against this team. Let's try it out. And let's see how much damage your Pung back does right now with no skill ups. I just want to see if the Praha cuts. Oh, it doesn't cut. Okay. Yeah, this is why I think it should be on double Nemesis Will rather than the spare Nemesis. I think if it was on double Nemesis Will, it'll cut. Oh, you'll have to. Oh, I should have went for the Darien. I think you still win here. let's try that again. And go for the Darien instead, since we want to see more damage. Okay. Oh, it resisted, so 100 res worked. We still got the cooldown reset though. 40k, yeah, that's really weak. That's really weak. You still win, but I think that's just because your Praha and Cardinal both got reset. Yeah. I think if the defense was a little faster, it would cut and then your Pungback wouldn't have been able to move. Maybe it is fast enough, I'm not sure. I just think the speed discrepancy is a little too big. Okay, let's go into RTA. C1, that's good. With 60%, I don't know why you want recommendation from me because you're doing well. If it has a 60% win rate, that means you're doing really, really well. You're going a second turn team. It looks like surrounding the Riley, and you have a pretty small box. I like it. You're doing the right thing. I love what you're doing. I like how you're doing a Riley like Cardinal first pick. Yeah, I love it. It's great. Is it violent build here? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a very good build. Very tanky, a lot of accuracy. Swift energy, really slow. I think if your Escher is going to be this slow on Swift, it's not needed because I don't think you'll ever bring out an Escher this slow. Diana, violent, broken, right? Violent will should be the go, or violent revenge, I think. But overall, I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Wow, this Jingze is way too squishy. So it definitely looks like you do have a rune depth issue. You have like 15 units pulled out here, but you can't rune everything up. This Leo is on a vampire build, a damage build. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. It doesn't have to be like tanky all the time. I like my Leo tanky. Just because if I bring out the Leo, I know that I want my Leo to be in the field for a long time. If it dies too early, then I'm screwed. The Verge for Revenge Verd, right? Probably good. Juno. Despair Blade is not that bad. Really high of an accuracy. I really just use Juno on around 40%. And I think everything else I'll focus on the stats. Molong. Okay. Vampire Revenge. It's fine. I like Vampire Will better. But Vampire is fine. And high accuracy here is not that bad because you might want to use him as a stripper. But is your Molong going in front of your Cardinal? It's not. So I like to put all my units that have a strip, especially an AoE strip, in front of my control. And here there are two control units. One is the Kiki, which is even faster than the Molong here too, and then your Cardinal. And that's probably it. Then you make sure all your strippers are going in front of these two control units. So it needs to be at least 226, it looks like, because Cardinal is the faster one. So your Juno is even slower than that. Your Molong is slower than that. Your Praha is one that's faster than that. It's on Despair, which is fine. But those are the three AoE strippers that you currently have running, and only one of them is going in front of your control. Meaning that if you don't pull out the Praha, your control is not going to do anything if the opponent drafts will. So I would definitely change that. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If there's anything else that you guys like to see in Summoners War, please put a comment below. What did you guys think of this account? What do you guys think it needs to do to improve more in the game? Put that in the comment below as well, because I am pretty sure it'll help out the account owner a lot. It was fun, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.